Hey guys, and welcome back to the theBSofSociety. So, I kind of want to go over Yoimiya, and in the next few videos, I'm pretty much going to go over, for this one, Yoimiya, then I'm probably going to cover Raiden Shogun, then Kokomi, and then Ganyu, and if I can think of any other, controversial characters, I also want to go over them. Okay, and you're going to see a recurring theme, and it was covered in the last video, that basically people just need to look at the characters and understand how they work. Okay, or you're not going to be using them correctly, and then you're going to say they're trash, and then you're going to get pissed off at Mihoyo for no reason. Okay? Now, Yoimiya's normal attack, and you're going to see this pretty much everybody, normal charge attacks are usually nothing. Yoimiya has a decent charge attack where basically you charge her aim shot, and her aim shot kind of homes in on enemy targets, which is kind of nice. Her second ability is really where her kit comes into play, though. Okay? Now, when you activate this ability, the first thing that you really want to take into note is her talent right here. So, every shot that you deal with her normal attack increases her pyro damage by 2% on hit. This effect lasts 3 seconds and can stack to a maximum of 10, which is really good because basically it means you can get a total of 20% pyro damage bonus. Now, this ability basically turns her normal attack into consistent pyro damage. She pretty much loses her charge attack, right, because it won't generate the kindling arrows at charge level 2. So basically, you just spam her normal attack. Now, when you activate her ultimate, it's important to take note of this talent right here, because all of those stacks that you get right here turn into additional attack damage for other units, giving up to 20% additional attack for everybody that is not Yoimiya. Now, what this ability does is basically Yoimiya deals a area of effect pyro damage and marks a single enemy that when this enemy is attacked by somebody that is not Yoimiya, they unleash basically an area of effect pyro damage, basically dealing a massive amount of pyro damage. Now, Yoimiya's controversy basically comes in really more from her artifact set, because people just don't really understand how it works, and I really want to explain it. Okay? So, the 2-piece set gives you an attack percent. Okay? Pretty cool. Now, the 4-piece set, whenever you cast an elemental skill, that being the elemental burst or the other elemental skill, right? If the character has 15 or more energy, they lose 15 energy, and normal charge and plunging attack damage is increased by 50% for 10 seconds. Now, that is pretty good, and I actually want to look at something because I haven't really looked at Yoimiya's duration. Please switch, thank you. I haven't looked at the skill's duration. Oh my god, look, it's exactly 10 seconds. What does that mean? You're supposed to use that artifact set with this ability. Now, how should you be building Yoimiya? First of all, you need energy recharge, so that way you can get that 15 energy back. Okay, imagine you sitting there at 16 energy. 60 energy. Okay, I'm sorry. My English is bad. I'm actually having to re-record this video because all of my audio files for these videos were basically wiped, because I was trying to use my audio recording instead of doing it with the video recording, and they just didn't work. Whenever I do the video recording and the audio recording together, I can't do them both together because the video recording somehow takes over. So I'm slightly pissed off right now, so I'm stuttering a lot. So, sorry. Anyways, so when you use the second ability, obviously she's going to lose 15 energy, which means you're going to go from 60, or wherever you're at, down to 45, or wherever you'll go down at. So assuming you're at 60, you'll go down to 45 energy. Now, you're going to need the energy recharge to bump up her energy within the 10 seconds. Alright? Now, when you cast this ability also has a 10-second duration. Which what that means is while you're waiting for this ability to cool down, right? Because it's 18 seconds. You can cast this ability and then wait. Now, I would say the other things that you should have on the artifacts would basically be attack damage, obviously. Crit damage, crit rate, obviously. So basically your main ones are attack percent, crit damage, crit rate, energy recharge, and elemental mastery. Actually, scratch elemental mastery. Because she wouldn't really be the one doing it. Maybe besides from the explosive here. But it would be everybody else that would be doing it. Now, I think Yoimiya is actually a perfect co-op character. And I think this is why people are kind of having an issue with her, because they're not really using her in the correct place. Right? Genshin Impact especially, this isn't really a case in Honky Impact, but I feel like Genshin Impact has characters that are fit for either both co-op and normal, just solo, or just co-op. And I feel like Yoimiya is one of those characters that's built for co-op. And the reason why I say that is because you can cast this ability, and then when this one runs out, you cast this ability, and then while everybody is kind of synergizing off of this ability, Yoimiya can sit there and still deal massive damage. Because I don't know if that artifact set would activate again. Hold on, I actually want to look at something. Does that artifact set have a cooldown? That's a good question. See? And this is a learning lesson for me, too. Yeah, the effect cannot be triggered again during the duration, which means theoretically, if you wanted to activate her ulti before that effect runs out, you could. Now, I would imagine that when you use her ulti, the game would consider basically her having 0 energy. So therefore, the artifact effect wouldn't take place. So if you're using Yoimiya in solo, basically you would switch to somebody else, like maybe Raiden Shogun. So that way you can basically still get that pyro damage effect, but then you can basically synergize off of it with Raiden Shogun's electric attack, right? Because overcharge is a pretty decent elemental effect. So, again, Yoimiya is just an example of why you need to pay attention to your units and understand how they work before you make a final judgment call. Okay, Yoimiya works as intended, and I understand why miHoYo made that artifact set. It actually fits her kit pretty well. Now, here's the deal. If you really, really don't like that artifact, you can always go over here and farm 2 to 4 pieces of this. Now, obviously, because Yoimiya is pretty much DPS, I mean, she's kind of support and kind of... she's basically a support DPS. That's what her artifact set does. But if you use this one, you basically turn her into a straight DPS. And the problem is her second ability, you pretty much have to keep her on the field, which means you can't get that 4-piece set. So pretty much you would be doing a 2 and 2. 2 pieces from her set to get the 18%, and then 2 pieces from here for the pyro damage. But again, you really wouldn't be building her properly. You'd have to get her artifact set to build her properly. Okay, and coming from Honky Impact, you have to get their set to use them properly. If you don't have their sets and their weapons, they're not going to be taken advantage of to their entirety. So, that's Yoimiya. And yeah, talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.
What have you done? I saw that! Those poor ducks! It was for the pigeons. Go away! I never want to see you again! Ever! I'm telling Mommy!